Let's do this.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KCOZ.
You're a stalker.
Hey, good morning. Nice to see you. Why do
You're a stalker.
come right at me with allegations?
I was just overhearing a conversation with you and your parents, and you're sitting there and you're like, "Oh, I see you guys are at Burger King," and I'm like, "What the hell are you doing? You track your parents?"
No, just this last couple days they've been driving up from Lake Havasu to see me, and so it's about 16, 17, 18 hours. So they break it up over 2 days. And now that I live in the southeastern part of Washington State, they come up through Jackpot, Nevada, spend the night there, and then drive up through Idaho and cut over and see me. And so
where was the Burger King
they're in their
at?
70s now. They're 70s. So, I just want to make sure that if they break down, I can track them. So on iPhones, you can actually track somebody's phone. And as long as it has satellite service, and you don't have to have cell service, you can just at least see where they're at. So today I checked in and I saw they were pulled over. I thought it was a rest area off the highway in Nampa, Idaho, and I scrolled in, and they were at a Burger King. So I called to say, "Hey, how's it going so far?" And they said, "Good. We're just having breakfast." I go, "Oh, you're having Burger King?" And my mom said, "Hey, how'd you know that?" I go, "Because I have a camera in the car watching you." And she's very gullible. I should say naive to things. I don't know.
Yeah, you shouldn't have told her that because she would believe it. Because you're very, especially in her eyes, I would think you're very technologically advanced.
Yes.
Because you work with technology all the time.
Right. And I always have and cameras and things like that. So.
Yeah, you've always been into that. So when you say, weren't you in the audiovisual club in high school?
There was no club, but I did take a class. It was an elective. It was towards my graduation. It ended up getting me a scholarship. Thank you very much.
See? AV club. Pays off.
It wasn't the AV club. But we didn't have an AV club. But if we did, I probably would have been in it. So I'm not going to lie to you and say that I...
Audiovisual. And so you've done this kind of stuff your whole life. So when you say stuff like that to your parents, they're going to believe you when you say that.
Yeah.
Especially when you say, "Oh, I see you eating Burger King." Now, if you would have been really creepy and you would have known what they would have a propensity to get at Burger King, like if you said, "Oh, you're getting the sandwich," then Burger King have an okay breakfast?
Yeah, I haven't had it in a long time, but it used to be a croissant with some ham, egg, and cheese, or sausage, egg, and cheese, or bacon, egg, and cheese. For me, pound for pound, I mean, I'm a McDonald's sausage McMuffin with egg guy. It's kind of my go-to. But when I want to fancy it up a little bit, I like to go to Jack in the Box and get their Supreme croissants. Now, they used to put the mayo onion sauce on there, and we've talked about this. They got rid of it, and it's almost ruined it for me.
Of all the sauces that they carry, they carry a teriyaki sauce.
Yeah,
okay,
they carry everything.
They
Buffalo
have
sauce.
why wouldn't they bring back the mayo onion sauce?
I don't know. It was so
you're
good on
not the only person I've heard of.
The chicken sandwich.
Upset.
Oh my God, the chicken sandwich. It was like this mayo onion. It had like a
they can
lemon
put that
zest.
gourmet spin on it, and they can call it aioli.
Yes.
I mean,
bring it back. Call it whatever you want.
They can do all that. They could do all that.
I don't know why they took it away. It was on the Ultimate Cheeseburger. I mean, literally, it was on.
And I'll tell you this: I don't like mayonnaise, but I like that sauce.
Yeah, because it had a tang. It
had that onion flavor.
It didn't taste like mayonnaise. It was so. It's too.
Yeah, it had a different.
Now I'm craving
flavor
it.
to it.
Now I'm craving it.
Yeah.
But anyways, but you're not the only one. I have other friends that think it's very weird that my wife and I also track each other's cell phones. And on iPhones, I know Jeff doesn't have an iPhone. It's called Find Me or Find My, and you can either find other people or your device. So like my laptop's on here, my Apple Watch when I had it was on here, and my phone. And now if I lose this phone, I can go to my computer and I can go on there and it'll GPS right where my phone is, which is pretty nice, right? Think about it. Like if you left it at a ballpark or you left it at, a concert or you left it anywhere in public and nobody stole it because maybe it fell under a shrub. And then you go to that, you could drive right to it within, I think it's 3 feet of where the thing is and you can pick it up.
Yeah, I've been poking around on my phone before, and I've seen something like that.
I bet Androids have it. They have to.
Yeah, I've seen something like that.
Normally, Androids come out with an idea first, and then Apple waits till they figure out. But
the great thing about the Android is it's so much cheaper that it's disposable. It's
really
not like.
Well, my phone was free, but I know that iPhones are like $1,500.
Yeah, my phone was 180.
Yeah. No, was it? What is it?
Yes, it was.
What kind of, is it a Samsung? What is it? Do you even know?
Samsung Galaxy of some sort.
Oh, okay. God, those are only 100. Well, you must have signed up for a plan. Did you? Or did you just buy the phone? Okay. So, mine's free. I signed up with AT&T, and they gave me this phone for free, and which is unheard of nowadays. But they were getting ready to come out with the 15, and this was a 14, and it's not a Max, but it's a Pro, so it's got all the bells and whistles, just not the larger screen. But I don't know. I think cell phone's such a ripoff, but there are some cool things about it. And so whenever my wife, she was doing a road trip and she is driving somewhere she'd never been before, and it was great. I could just pop in and say, there she is. She's going down the highway. Good, okay, cool. Everything's fine. I keep calling her, but she didn't have service, but the GPS would track it. So I was pretty happy about that. So I sound a little defensive.
It's not stalking if you care about somebody. If you care about somebody. So that sounds like something a stalker would say. I really care about that person.
Jeff and Jeremy in the morning. Listen online at kzoz.com.
Today's National Back to School Prep Day.
Well, a little late.
I think a lot of kids are they're starting today. So it's just National
Why would you
Back
start
to School Day
on a Thursday?
Okay, so I think this is actually I thought this was a stupid plan, but it seems like what a lot of schools do is the Friday is like a soft opening, and then they get into it on Monday. Or I think some schools have been back yesterday.
Why do we have to be so soft on kids?
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, soft.
It wasn't like that for us. We came back and it was like the first day we were getting homework in some cases.
You had to be.
I remember I'd go home and my mom's like, "You already got homework on the first day?" I'm like, "Yeah, she's a real bitch, Mom.
My daughter's in sixth grade now, and I told her,
I said, Mom, she's a real slave driver."
I told her, get prepared for the first day of school. You're probably going to have homework. She goes, we've never had homework the first 3 days of school.
You've never been in sixth grade.
Yeah, you don't know what sixth grade's like. Sixth grade's a lot different.
Is it junior high or is it still a grade school?
It's middle school.
Middle school, yeah. Okay, so I
don't ever refer to it as junior high.
Well, we had I went to junior high. Sorry.
I don't think that's a junior high.
It is. 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9 is junior high. Well, that's what they call it. It was Bethel Junior High School. I have a Letterman's jacket from there. You want me to put it on for you?
Ninth graders? There were no ninth graders in your high school? It was 7, 8, 9?
7, 8, 9.
It's 6, 7, 8 for. Well, then they
changed.
Daughter.
It was 7, 8, 9 forever. And then the year I went, they changed it to 9, 10, 11 at the high school. So then it was just 7, 8 at the junior high.
9, 10, 11, 12, right, Jeremy?
No, we only went to 11. Yes, okay. 12. Yeah, we did 12. So yeah, 9, 10, 11, 12. Wait.
You were really bad at school because weren't you 19 when you
10,
graduated?
11, 12.
Man, I understand the second grade thing now. This day must have been hell in second grade.
What are you talking about? Of course, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes. And then it was 10, 11, 12. But they made the transition.
What am I talking about? What are you talking about?
I said 9, 10, 11, and I paused to take a drink of coffee.
11.
It's early.
9, 10, 11.
It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
So I know you were a big fan of this when you were naming your kids. Good morning, by the way. It's Jeff and Jeremy. You guys were talking about old names, like old school names, like
Mabel.
Yeah, like Mabel and Beulah. God, I can't believe you were thinking about Beulah. Maybe you weren't. Maybe that was just something I thought you were thinking. Beulah. Well, there's a list of names that are forgotten. These are names of our grandfathers and grandmothers and great grandparents that are probably gone to the wayside, unless more people like you are going to go vintage. Oh, you're such a vintage.
Vintage
shopper.
is the way to go. Vintage is the way to go with the names because it makes it stand out. You're like, oh, okay.
I have some favorites here, and some are cartoon characters, which I had no idea. These were real people's names, like Elmo and Kermit.
Ooh, I don't want
People were named Elmo and Kermit back in the day. You don't hear about that anymore.
That's true. That's true. Kermit.
There's a bunch of other names on this list as well. You can weigh in 805-543-3693. Is there an old school name that you love and you got to use if you're thinking about having another kid?
Jeff and Jeremy.
Believe it or not, a popular name back in the day was ISIS.
Oh, yeah. You can't go with that now.
No, that is a bad one.
Definitely.
One of my favorites is Phyllis. I still think Phyllis is a really funny name, especially for a little kid, little toddler. Here's my baby Phyllis.
I love that one.
Especially like when they're 2 and they're walking around. Phyllis, get over here. It's like a little old lady. Other names that have gone to the wayside. Horace.
Horace? Like Horace Grant?
Yes, like
Okay.
Horace Grant. Bartholomew. God.
I love that name because it's shortened down. It's Bart. And it's awesome.
Yeah, why can't you could these would be great pet names, right?
It's so funny. You go from like high society royalty
To trailer trash.
To trailer trash in seconds with that name. Bartholomew. Bartholomew, will you please fetch me the horse? I must go play polo.
You go from a brownstone in upstate New York, or
Yeah.
I'm sorry, up Manhattan. What do they call it? Uptown Manhattan?
That's one of those Los Osos Baywood things that we were talking about yesterday.
Yes.
Like
Los Osos, your name's Bart.
Yeah. Bartholomew, you're
Baywood?
Baywood.
Yeah. Bartholomew's are from
Yeah.
Baywood. Bart's are from Los
Yeah.
Osos. Fanny and Karen. Karen, I don't know. Karen, I guess. I mean, I know some Karens.
I don't like Fanny. Fanny is opening yourself up to all kinds of
problems.
Yeah, it really is.
Adolf, Ebenezer. Like Ebenezer, can you imagine?
You can't name your kid Adolf. I saw a name the other day. There was this guy, his name was Napoleon. I was like, who would name their kid Napoleon? But then I got to think about Napoleon Kaufman.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, there you go. Well, not a real person.
Napoleon Kaufman is.
Oh, I was thinking of Napoleon Dynamite. Sorry.
Napoleon Kaufman. I think he grew up in Lompoc.
It was that whole second grade thing. Apologize. Sometimes I have flashbacks. Today I'm having one of them, apparently. Gaylord. I had a friend named Gaylord. It was actually I was friends with Clint. His brother's name was Gaylord.
Another one that I'm not going to go. Yeah. I'm not going to go with. My friend Tyler, his middle name was Tyler. You know what his first name was?
Tyler.
No. Tyler.
Tyler Square.
First name was Eugene.
Oh, Eugene, yeah. That's not on this list, but it should be.
No, Eugene's terrible. I felt bad for Tyler.
No, these are old names that people don't use anymore. These are going to the wayside.
Oh, okay. Because like I feel like my friend Tyler, when we found out his real name was Eugene, oh my God, it was just brutal. It was like everybody's like, "Hey, Eugene, come here." You know, it's just, my name's Tyler. No, it's not. It's Eugene. It says so right on your birth certificate.
You have a lot of friends that are young parents, like yourself. Anybody calling their boys Gary?
No Garys.
No Garys. Because your son's got a throwback name.
No, I don't think so.
Really?
I don't think so.
I think it's popular again.
Oliver?
I think
Oliver's popular. I'll tell you this. When he was in preschool, there were 3 Olivers in the class.
Oh, was there?
Of 9 kids.
See, that's my name, Jeremy.
One third of the class had the same name.
I think a lot of Jeremys were born in the 70s. I had a lot of Jeremys in my school. I was like, oh God, I hated that. Too many. Cletus. Bertha.
Yeah, it sounds like
Bertha.
Cletus sounds like a KKK grandpoopa. I think you could go with Cletus.
I think these would be great names, though. I have a friend who his cousin named their dog Clayton Bigsby. Clayton.
That's dumb.
That is hilarious. It's one of the most famous Dave Chappelle bits ever.
Yeah.
Chappelle Show? I don't think.
Out of curiosity, was it a black dog?
No.
It wasn't?
It was a black dog with a white hat.
Okay. Oh, God.
No, I'm just kidding.
It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
Hey, Jeff and Jeremy here. Coming up, it's Dumbass of the Day, and there's a woman who really thought she had figured out the perfect self-checkout scam. That's coming up in just a second. Dumbass is brought to you by Davis Water Conditioning. Is your tap water giving you more than H2O? Gross. Now is the time to get the whole house system for Davis Water Conditioning. Yeah. Buy water softener and reverse osmosis and get a whole house filter valued at $900 for free.
So you're saying there should not be chewables in my water, is what you're saying.
Floaties, chewables. They can figure it out for you. Visit daviswaterconditioning.com.
How pathetic can some people be?
So I'm at the grocery store the other day, get done doing my shopping, get up to the checkout lane. There's one open checkout lane. It's the self-checkout. Yeah, have you seen this crap yet? The self-checkout? I was like, really? I can shop for the stuff. I can check it out. I can bag it. You need me to do any stocking while I'm here? Want me to grab carts from the parking lot? Hey, I'll be in the bakery making cookies if anybody needs me. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm up there. Boop. Machine yells at me. Please remove item from bag.
Dude.
I'm like, I haven't touched the damn bags. All I did was boop the thing. Right? So I do it again. Boop. Please remove item from scale. I'm like, is this some kind of fat joke?
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Okay, just as a side note, before we get to this story, went and had my first run-in with the Costco scanning the membership card machine, and I don't know if it was the first day that it rolled out. It was on Tuesday afternoon, and there was like 6 people standing around watching this machine. I'm like, wait, you guys used to do it with one person. Like, what's going on here?
Jeff, they're training.
They had two machines sitting there, and you had to hold the card up to the machine, and then it would give you the green light to go through. It was like entering customs in Mexico.
Yeah, you hit the button.
And then I'm like, man, it's getting a little oppressive around this Costco. And then I went to the self-checkout, and just what he was describing is how the Costco self-checkout. It's like it has zero patience. It's like, please put the item on this. And then you put as you're putting the item on.
So you know what I try to do? I try to get the box.
Once you put it on the,
you get the box and you set it on where the scale is, where you put your grocery or you put your stuff, so I can put it right into the box. No, please remove the box. It knew it was a box. Please remove item from scale. Or from whatever, not the scale like where you weigh fruit, but where you put your groceries after you scan them. So then what I figured is,
I get it.
I have to scan everything, put it on that little table, put the box in my cart. Then when I'm done checking out, I can then pack it in. I mean, it's not very efficient, but
this is supposed to be an efficient process. That's why they implemented it, right? So you can move through speedily if you're only buying 10, 15 items. So you can move through quickly. They should allow the box to be on there. They've got people standing there watching.
Yeah.
Once somebody puts a box up, just put an extra eye on that person.
So I think we've talked about this.
Thieves.
They have different colored receipts for the self-checkout at Costco than they do.
I've noticed that too. Yeah.
That way, when the person saws, oh, okay, let's make sure this person that's never been trained to run this equipment knows how to do it, and they got all their items. So it says right on top how many items should be in the cart or the box. Well, this woman at Florida at Target, she paid attention to self-checkout. She thought she figured out a way to beat the system. She tried to get $268 worth of material items at Target for $19.50. You know how she did it?
Did she just hold it in her hand and then just scan something else through and then put two at a time in?
She swapped price tags. So she would go grab something very cheap, a cheap price tag, and she would put it on an expensive item. And she kept doing this. Well, what the dumbass didn't count on was the surveillance system that they have and the security guards. I mean, you see the office there. They don't mess around.
For as oppressive as I make the claims of Costco being with
they have a security office by the door. 6
people standing around watching you scan your card when you come in. That's just to get in. And then you got the robot yelling at you at the self-checkout. It's even more oppressive at Target. They have you on a high-definition monitor facing yourself, saying recording in progress. And like you said, they have the loss prevention guys walking around, swimming around like piranhas. It's no wonder people just only shop online.
Yeah. So, she figured she had it figured out. So she rung it up and she paid for $19.50. She put it on her card, even though she had almost $270 worth in the cart. And she started walking out, and they're like, ma'am, can you come over here for a second? And they had the cops already there. Cuff her. Stuff her.
See, that's the thing. It's like
put her in the Flagler County jail.
How do you get Flagler County? That's where that's where St. Augustine is.
Oh, nice.
I may have been to that Target. I love that. Flagler County's where it's at, my friend.
Next time you go back, say, hey, is this where the bitch tried to swap the tags?
Flagler, St. John's. You hear me? You hear me, St. John's. You hear me, Flagler. It's a beautiful place. Anyways, you can't really do the cops' defense on that one when you're like, I didn't know. I must have been your guys' price tag system on that one.
Oh, really? Because we have video of you swapping them out. So,
and the cost of all that surveillance and all that stuff, that's passed on to the consumer through the price of the goods and the services. So why wouldn't you just, I'm always amazed at when you call up Amazon, you're like, hey, you guys sent me something, the box is open. They're like, just keep it, we'll send you another one. But that's probably nothing compared to having to buy hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of surveillance cameras for each location.
Well, they got her. Her name is Nishikura. Congratulations. You're Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. It's Jeff and Jeremy in the morning on 93.3 KZOZ. Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.